The Languedoc in the south of France has been given extra prominence in the wine world since France introduced the system of vin de paix, later changed to IGT, but basically it freed up the winemakers in that region to use grape varieties that were hitherto prohibited if they wanted to have any kind of classification. So classically down in this area we would grow Syrah, Grenache, Mourvèdre, but suddenly winemakers could make Chardonnay or Cabernet Sauvignon or Merlot or Pinot Noir or whatever they wanted to make basically, and it led to a whole new kind of generation of wines coming from the Languedoc area. However, the traditional appellations of the area continue to make great wines from a more, I guess, indigenous, a more local set of grape varieties, areas like Corbière and Fitou, and in this case, MInervois. My wine of the week is the Villerambert Julien MInervois Cuvée Opéra 2015. It's a bit of a mouthful. The wine is sold in Marks and Spencer's at £11 per bottle, although I noticed that on Marks and Spencer's online, if you buy 12, there's a 30% reduction, which brings the price down to a little less than £8 a bottle, and at that it's an extremely interesting kind of, house wine. So, the wine is a blend of Syrah, Grenache, Mourvèdre and Sanso, absolutely the classic red wine grapes of the area. And on the nose, well, there's a kind of pepper and spice thing going on there, but there's also a lovely kind of crushed berry fruit, quite a plush, quite a velvety set of black and red berry fruit aromas. They're very inviting. It's a very approachable style of wine. I don't know if there's any oak in there. I can't smell the obvious signs of oak, but there's a softness to the wine. And on the palate, what I really like about this wine is that plush fruit, that supple fruit with supple tannins continues, but the wine retains very good acidity. Now, part of the reason for that may be that the grapes were harvested overnight. If grapes are harvested and sit around in boxes in the midday sun, they can drop their acidity quite quickly before the winemaker gets them to the fermentation tank. But if you harvest overnight in the cool of the evening, it does help to retain that sharpness. Although this wine is not acid, it's really quite plush, quite mouth-filling. There's 14% alcohol too, but it does have that lovely edge of clarity, of freshness that really makes it a great food wine choice. Stews and casseroles, chili con carnes, cassoulets, anything that requires a fairly robust fruity wine, but one which is an edge of acidity too. So the wine of the week is the Villerambert Julien MInervois Cuvée Opéra 2015 vintage. It comes from the Languedoc in the south of France, and it's for sale in Marks and Spencer's at £11 per bottle, or somewhere under £8 if you're prepared to buy a case of 12. This is my wine of the week.